In this lesson, we will talk about backup and restore and how to restore our device to factory settings. Let's go under the Device tab first so that we can take a backup of our device. Here we come to the operation in the Setup section. Here we will take the backup of our device by saying Save Named Configuration Snapshot. If you want to revert to the old configuration with this backup we have taken, you can return with this backup. Let's click here and give it a name. I wrote testbackup.xml in its name and say OK. We have successfully saved our backup file. Let's save this file to our computer by exporting it. Let's choose our file from here and export it. I say OK. We downloaded the file to our computer. Now we can revert from this backup file when anything happens to our firewall, or we can revert to the old configuration from this backup file when we make a wrong configuration. Let me show you how to reset our device after taking our backup. After resetting our device, I will show you how to import this file. Now we will turn off our device and press any key while our device is booting and enter main mode by typing main. After switching to main mode, we will reset our device by factory reset. Now let's start the reset process. I type main by pressing any key and press enter. Here we will switch to Pan OS main mode. Now let's continue by pressing enter. When we press enter, Maintenance Recovery tool appears. We choose Factory Reset from here and press enter. Let's continue by choosing Factory Reset. When you want to reset your device, you can return it to factory settings in this way. After returning to factory settings, you can restore your device to its old settings by importing the backups you have taken before. When our process is finished, our device will restart, and after restarting, we will connect to our device by making the management IP settings. Now let's restart our device by selecting Reboot. Now our device restarted and got its IP from DHCP server. Let's make the management interface settings by entering our username and password and connect to the graphical user interface. Let's apply our settings to our firewall by typing commit. Our settings have been successfully completed. Now we can connect to the graphical user interface. Now I am connected to our device. Now this device is back to factory settings. Let's check our settings. Let's go under the Policy tab. As you can see here, all settings have been reset. We only have two default rules. Let's look at the network settings. As you can see, the interface settings are also empty. Now we need to update the license settings and dynamic updates of this device so that we can restore the backup we have taken earlier on this device. After that, we can load the backup we received. Let's go under the Device tab and come to the license. As you can see right now, we don't have any license. Let's click on Retrieve License Key from License Server and let Palo Alto update it from License Server. Now the licenses of our device have been updated. We will reboot our device, and after restarting our device we will be able to see our licenses here. After restarting our device, our licenses are loaded. After our licenses are installed, let's do our dynamic updates and load our old settings from our backup file. After making all our dynamic updates, let's check our Global Protect client. I'm doing check now. Let's activate this too. After we have done our license, dynamic updates and Global Protect client, let's go to the operation by going under the Setup tab. From here, under the Import tab, let's import our backup file, which we previously took and exported, and upload it to our device. Let's choose the file. I select our testbackup.xml file and say OK. We have successfully imported our backup file. We need to upload this file as well. Let's download our file by clicking the Load button here. I load the testbackup.xml file by saying OK. Here you can check if it is loaded from Task Manager. Now let's go under the Policy tab. When we come under the Policy tab, you can see all our settings here. Now we can upload these settings to our firewall by committing. I'm committing. Our settings have been loaded successfully. Let's close our window by saying close. In this lesson, I showed you how to take a backup of our device. After taking a backup of our device, I showed you how we can restore this device to its factory settings. After restoring our device to factory settings, we completed our lesson by showing how to get back to what we had after we made our license and updates. See you in our next lesson. Bye.